it was like the first meeting that we had content in. We had just started the book, The Gift of Being Yourself. And we were discussing, so we'd read the first part. I had not done the full reading, honestly. Like I was like catching up a little bit, realizing how much work it was going to be. And then I don't remember what the line in the book was, but in my bones, I realized, I was like, oh, you have not signed up to do like surface level work. Like you think you know your story, like you've processed it before, it's like, oh, like I'm not going to be able to get away with like just getting to know the Lord more. Like I'm going to have to get to know myself more to know the Lord. And like those two things work together. The more you know the Lord, the more you know yourself. The more you know yourself, the more you know the Lord, because we are his image bearers, right? And I mean, yeah, I just looked at her and was like, oh, this is going to be hard. And she looked back and laughed at me. It's like, yeah, it is. But I think I would describe a disciple as someone who is like humbly following the Lord, like willing to lay down your own stuff and your own desires, but not to like get rid of them, but to like just consult with Jesus on them, to like ask Jesus, like, what do you say about this? And listen to the Lord. And I also think that like it's not always easy, but someone who has surrendered to the Lord and like says like, yes, you are the best. I think that is like, God, you know the best, and you love me, and someone who knows that they are deeply loved by the Lord. This discipleship program was different from other ones I've done because we did it with such a large group of people, right? So having multiple leaders and multiple, like 9 people agreeing to say like, yes, I want to do this. So I got to hear different perspectives from different walks of life and different, like especially having different ages in the group. It's like all my discipleship programs have been with people who are my age or one-on-one. And so hearing just how the Lord speaks to all these people in different ways was really valuable to me. I think that one of the biggest takeaways was understanding how like the Lord is relatable to everyone. Like just because I understand the Lord to be one way doesn't mean that that's the only way that he shows up. And so, hearing that from the people who are experiencing it, not just like reading a book that someone has written, but hearing it, like watching people process that in real time and seeing how other people are loved by the Lord and how other people hear the Lord was really valuable to me. Yeah, I think the main difference between Form and other places where we gather for church community is that everyone was like committed. They knew what they were getting into, and we all were hungry to know the Lord more. And that ebbs and flows some, right? Because people go through things over 9 months. So that is the other big thing, is that no one's like dipping out because life is getting hard. For me personally, I experienced a lot of spiritual warfare during the 9 months, I think. And to process that with people who I knew, you built the trust, like the trust had been built. So then to bring that stuff in, but that stuff also doesn't overtake the time that we're meeting together, because you have a curriculum set for that meeting. So it's just like, it's a little bit, it's not necessarily healthier, but there's there's like a vision and purpose for what you're doing there. And everyone knows what it is because you have the plan laid out. So the leaders have a little more insight, but everyone knows what we're doing there. I think someone should sign up for Form if they are desiring to go deeper in their relationship with the Lord. That's kind of a given. Like that is what discipleship does. But I think that if you want to commit to growing with a group of people that are also committed and that aren't going to let you slack off, like you're not going to be slacking off. You're not going to be quitting. Like you're not going to quit halfway through. I mean, I guess you could, but why would you? Like it's good. So yeah, if you want to go deeper in your relationship with the Lord and wrestle, and for me, I found a lot of answers to the questions that I had for the Lord, and learning to hear the Lord more. Is that summed up enough?